Hello, this is Dr. Phanom Sopon. I'm a lecturer at Singapore University from Thailand. Today, I will gonna talk in the topic of the leaf surfaces. It's well known that a leaf play important role for the plant because the main function of leaf is to produce food for plant by the process of photosynthesis. Most plants by facial leaf, uh, the axial leaf surface or upper leaf surfaces. Normally, there are cuticle, secretory, non-secretory, trichome may be present, and stomata may be occur. And another one, the abaxial epidermis or lower leaf surface, and there are thin cuticle and dense layer of trichome and then stomata. So similar to the other organ of a plant, leaf is comprised of three basic tissue systems, including the dermal, uh, vascular, and ground tissue system. Let's see at a diagram of leaf anatomy. And first, you will find the layer of wax coating, and this called cuticle. And underneath, you will find epidermal cell. Yeah, it's called upper epidermis. And next layer, you have upper leaf cell, and also called palisade mesophyll here. And below those, you have a lower leaf cell, called the spongy mesophyll here. And at the lower leaf cell, you have stomata, and which held in it for exchange of gases. And, and here, the central region between the epidermis containing the vascular tissue, xylem, and phloem. Yeah, uh, and it's the lower leaf. You can see lower epidermis here. The anatomical of the fissure are classified according to several aspects. One of these is the symmetry of uh, the mesophyll. For dicot plant here, uh, most leaf are dorsiventral leaf, and whereas those of monocot plants are isobilateral or isolateral leaf. For dorsiventral is having distinct dorsal and ventral surfaces. In the case of isolateral leaf, the mesophyll tissue here is not differentiated, and the mesophyll are composed of one type of cell. So for this presentation today, I forgot early on the leaf epidermis. Uh, so you will basically just know in the some important glossary terminology and definition of the epidermis. Uh, do you know epidermis leaf cell is any cell which protect the outside of the leaf? These cells are often short and flattened, and the epidermis is outermost layer of the primary plant body, and which is coating by wax over the surfaces, is called cuticle. And guard cell, and subsidiary cell are specialized cells in the epidermis layer, and also in we can find in leaf, stem, and other organ too. Guard cell are two cells that you see this picture here. Guard cell is comprised it consists of two cells that surround the stomatal pore and control the aperture, and I will show you more detail on next slide. And for subsidiary cell or accessory cell are located next to the guard cell, and it differs in structure from other epidermal cell. Stoma or stomata in plural word. This word is come from ancient Greek, mean mouth. Here is stomata. Stomata are very small pore in plant epidermis, and that immediate gas and water exchange between plant and atmosphere. Trichome is also called plant hairs, and trichome are found on vegetative and reproductive structure in our higher plant family. And I also have one other very interesting structure here. This is bulliform cells, and bulliform cells normally occur in a group on the upper surface of the leaf, and they are generally present near the midway. And these cells are large, empty, and colorless, and they are responsible for storage of water with important role in leaf folding and unfolding, and they are mainly found in many monocots, but they are probably best known in grasses. The classification of plants based on the characteristics of leaf cell surfaces. And there are many different kinds of leaf cells that are available for plant taxonomic classification. This is some character of leaf surfaces that we can use for taxonomic classification with the number of epidermal cell layer, ontogeny of stomata, and stomata type, subsidiary cell type, and the last one is trichome type. That this character is normally we can find on the leaf surfaces. The number of epidermal cell layers can be diagnostic plant in some group. Generally, the typical type of epidermis had a single layer but in some plants have a multiple cell layer of epidermis. Here, this is Limnophila aromatica. You can see this epidermal cell here, just only one layer of epidermal cell, and then this is a plant that have a multi-layer epidermis, such as leaf of ficus. You can see many layers of epidermis cell, and this is also a peperomia plant. You can see more than a single layer of epidermis. I would like to show you the animation of plant stomata. You can see a pair of guard cells here surrounding stoma. This is called stomatopore. They help to regulate the rate of transpiration by opening and closing the stomata. Guard cells are specialized cells in the epidermis of leaves, stems, and other organs. They are used to control gas exchange. On picture right hand side, you can see guard cell is look like kidney shape. They are mostly found in dicot and some monocot. And another one, you can see guard cell look like a dumbbell shape. This type is mostly found in curtain monocot. Here, this table shows the sum up of located stomata. Stomata are typically found in plant leaf, but can also be found in other organs, namely sepal, stem, petal, and fruit. Stomata are generally more numerous on the lower leaf. And if you see stomata on both sides of leaf, it is called amphistomatic leaf. Or if you see stomata only one side of them, it's called epistomatic or hypostomatic leaf. And the classification of stomata based on ontogeny, they can divide into three types. And the first one is mesogynous stoma. A stomatal complex is said to be mesogynous, where all subsidiary cells or a single ring like a subsidiary cell have a common origin with the guard cells. That is, the same meristemoid gives rise to subsidiary cell and guard cell. The second is polygynous stoma. Stomatal complex is said to be polygynous, where the subsidiary cells and guard cell do not have a common origin. The subsidiary cell originates from cells that lie around the meristemoid. Meristemoid divide symmetrical to form two daughter guard cells. And the last one is mesopolygynous stoma. A stomatal complex is said to be mesopolygynous, where one stomatal meristemoid gives rise to one mesogene subsidiary cell, and guard cell, mother cell that divide symmetrically, resulting two daughter guard cells. The rest of subsidiary cells are heterogeneous and originate from cells lying around the meristema. On this slide show a diagram illustrating the main ontogenetic type of stomata. Guard cells are H, and dotted line indicate the plane of division of guard cell, mother cell. The first one you can see polygenous stoma, and the second mesogenous stoma, and the last one mesopolygenous stoma. Stomatal traits vary between species, and you can see a group of Eudicots, figure A, Arabidopsis thaliana, and figure B, Phaseolus vulgaris. They display a kidney shape of guard cells. C and D is grasses. C is Oryza sativa, and D Triticum aestivum. Show a double shape of guard cell and specialized subsidiary cell like in variant. Yeah. These clear differences in stomatal size and stomatal density can be observed, and you can see more detail I give you here. This is key to stomata type based on subsidiary cell that I give you. You can use this key for identify the major type of stomata: anomocytic, parasitic, diacytic, anisocytic, and the last one is psychocytic. Well, I would like to present some part of my research about the anatomical of leaf surfaces of plant in the genus Bonaya. The first one is Bonaya antipoda. This species is common in open area, in wet place, or dry field. It's a small earth and it's characterized by distinct yellow staminode. Here you can see very small. For the anatomical of leaf, you can see here this is the transverse section. You can see leaf has a single layer of epidermal cell here, and for leaf surfaces, both sides of this species are anomocytic leaf. The next species is Bonaya equirata. This species is usually found in open areas on the sandstone mountains in northeast Thailand. The leaf surface are diacytic stomata, and you can see transverse section. The epidermal cell is a single layer, the same as the first species. And the next one is Bonaya ciliata. This species is very common species in Thailand. Bonaya ciliata is a native rank is a tropical and subtropical Asia to North Australia and introduced into subtropical America too. Both sides of the surface are very clear that they are diacytic stomata, and you can see the transverse section. It is a single layer of epidermal cell. Bonella tenuifolia is distinguished by its thickness and succulent leaf, and the distribution of this species is found in rice field in northern Thailand. Uh, for transverse section, uh, leaf leaf is a single layer of epidermal cell here, and for leaf surface, both sides are diastatic. Or in some plant, like Vandalia latifolia, I show you here, uh, you can see leaf surfaces have uh, stomata at the lower epidermis, and the upper epidermis doesn't have stomata. And for transverse section, this species is a single layer of epidermal cell. And this slide shows many types of trichome. Trichome refers to the tiny hairs that emerge from the leaf surfaces, and they can help reduce evaporation by protecting plants from wind and heat. In many cases, trichome protect plants from herbivores and individual plants. Several types of trichome can occur on the leaf surfaces. This is for chart show the classification of trichome, the surface of leaf, and other organs are commonly covered by various non-glandular or glandular trichomes. Scientific interest in plant trichomes is based on their functional and taxonomic importance and on the economic usefulness of some trichome-generated products, especially glandular trichome may provide chemical or physiochemical protection against various types of herbivore pathogens by entrapping, deterring, or poisoning them. The classification of trichome based on the number of cells and row of cells, we can classify into two types of trichome, unicellular and multicellular trichomes. For multicellular trichome, we have two subtypes, multicellular unicellular and multicellular multicellular trichomes. And let's see figure A and B. You can see this is unicellular trichome because they consist of a single cell and is usually quite small. And in figure C and D, you can see this trichome is a multicellular trichome because it consists of more than a single cell here, 1, 2, 3, and unicellular because all the cells occur here is a single row, and why the multicellular having more than one vertical row cell. This slide shows you the classification of trichome based on the function. They can provide into two groups too, glandular and non-glandular trichomes can exist either unicellular and multicellular. However, they can also exist as either branched or unbranched, and they also vary in shape, size, and range, and can be found in a variety of plants. A glandular trichome generally consists of a stalk that supports a secretory head, and there are no to secrete various substances including water, nectar, resin, mucus, and terpene, among others. Apart from their capacity to secrete, glandular trichome can also be grouped in accordance to the number of cells, and here it is stalk, and then it is head of secretory. Yeah. Then this slide show non-glandular trichome. They are protective epidermal appendage, and they are vary in anatomy, morphology, and microstructure. And despite this diversity, they are uh, mostly grouped in the basis of their morphology. Different types uh, of non-glandular trichome can be found in a different location of a single plant. This slide shows the many types of trichomes of asteroid plant, and in subtype Lichenophorinae. Yeah. Uh, Figure A2E show unbranched trichome in different species of the plant in subtype Lichenophorinae, and figure F2M show a branched trichome such as 2-arm or T-shape or 3 to 5-arm trichome, and the figure N2Q here show a many type of steroid trichome in subtype Lichenophorinae. Also more detail in Wagner and co-worker in citation on this slide. You will find here. I give you this slide reference here. I will show you the major type of trichome, which is diagnosed based on their general shape and morphology. And the first one is filamentous hair, and second is cellulose hair or star shape, and the third peltate hair, and finally is sting hair. I will talk and give you more detail later. The first one is filamentous hair or filamentous trichome. It is a common type of plant. Trichome it may be unicellular or multicellular, branched or unbranched. Multicellular hair maybe have one or several layers of cell. This is articulate polycellular hair of Psychotia luteola. I I got this picture from Dr. Thirowat Sisuk, Konkan University. This is stellate hair or stellate trichome, and I show you the stellate hair of Uvaria lufa and Uvaria hamiltonii and nonesi. This trichome is a special kind of branched hair, and they provide more protection than similarly distributed simple hair. This is portrait trichome. I will show you a transverse sectional of portrait trichome of olive leaf. You can see this trichome have a stalk here and a flat disc shape on top. Through stinking hair with a polycellular base and a single hollow stinking cell are currently known from the Calicaceae Boraginaceae in subfamily Hydrophilidae and Euphorbiaceae, Erdicaceae, and Laussaceae. I will show you a thinking hair of Gillardinia diversifolia Erdicaceae. This plant is rarely used in traditional medicine for the treatment of the several diseases in Himalaya. That is this show sting hair and it's very poisonous too. I show you leaf surfaces show a sting hair of Lapotia interrupta. And this plant is harvested from the wild for traditional medical use. The plant has a stinging hair, particularly toward the top. Okay, thank you so much for listening.